You join me now on the pitching green, which is an area where a lot of golfers aren't familiar. They don't practice this part of the game enough. Therefore, when they get to one of these awkward little length pitch shots, they don't quite know how to swing the golf club to give them the desired effect. For a lot of golfers, when they get to this shot, I say to them, how do you chip and how do you pitch the ball? And the answer comes back, well, I do my normal swing but a little softer. So they might stand to the golf ball, setting up in their full position, make the full backswing and then panic and try and pitch the ball onto the green like this. And that won't always give you the right distance control. It's certainly very difficult to control the distance of that shot. Other golfers say, well, I set up really close to it because I know I don't want to hit it very far. I make a really short backswing and then I lunge at it to try and get it to go onto the green, to get it to go the right distance. And unfortunately, by having poor length of swing control, they also have poor distance control towards the flag. So it's important that we understand that changing the length of the swing will change the distance we hit the golf ball. Now, I want you to go away and practice this, because there's no way that you can get a feel for this without actually putting in some hard yards and hard hours, similar to how you would learn to control the length of your putter stroke. If I gave you a 20-foot putt, you'd probably get it pretty close first or second time because you know roughly how far back to swing the club. But with pitching and chipping, people, it's a bit more guesswork. So what I'd like you to do is think about your basic fundamental pitching technique. It's a narrower stance. It's a down the grip a little bit. It's a little bit of body weight leaning into that front side. And then just go and give yourself some different distance points within your swing. It might be that you decide to break it down to body parts and say, well, ankle height, knee height, hip height, shoulder height, above the head, and that might give you some checkpoints of how far each swing hits it. You might break it down to a clock face, with the understanding that down here vertical, the 6 o'clock, we now call that 0 hours, and then 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours on the clock face. 4, 5, 6 hours would be vertical. If you practiced each club and went, well, 1 hour with my sand wedge equals this much carry, 2 hours, 3 hours times 3 hours gives me this much carry with that club. That would be some way of then you having a gauge or a distance control mechanism to justify how far you're going to swing. Then on the golf course, you work out how far away your landing area wants to be. You can then make a couple of practice swings, knowing that you're swinging the club to the appropriate level because it's something you've practiced. When you go and execute the shot, it should then fly roughly the distance you're expecting, without this massive compensation, without this feeling of, there's my backswing, oh no, that's too much and I need to decelerate, or there's my backswing, oh no, that's not enough and I need to try and launch it. So we should have a backswing and a through swing that match. They should work on how far you want to hit the ball. You should get a much better feeling for it, and that should improve your distance control when pitching.